Welcome back to Day 2 of the Idaho Rally Max Attack 2-Wheel Drive Championship. The day started with a downtown park expose that was followed by 2 passes on the 10.3-mile Cow Creek stage. This stage is much faster than the stages from Day 1, and many drivers anticipated the V8-powered cars of Bill Holmes and Mark Utek to have an advantage over lower horsepower cars. Mark Utek was a man on a mission from the get-go on Day 2. Mark won both stages 6 and 7 overall in his attempt to climb up the leaderboard. Let's go on board with Mark and co-driver Rob Bone as they tackle one of the trickier sections of Stage 7.
Then a right 3. This is still the long. Yep. And then another right 3 after this one. And then Kinks 150. Then a left 4. After the left 4 is a right 6 minus, very long. Caution, brake, left 4 plus.
Lachlan O'Sullivan's crew found a failing half shaft right before leaving for Stage 6. Lachlan had a 2-minute lead going into the stages, and despite backing off and being slower than Mark Utek through the 2 stages, he was still able to increase his lead. Twin brothers Josh and Jeremy Wimpy also felt quite secure in second place. They still set some of the fastest times, however, and were sitting as high as 3rd in the rally overall standings by the end of Stage 7, beating out all but one of the all-wheel drive turbo cars in the process. The battle for 3rd was still close in Day 2. Odie and Amy Backus continued their domination in the fight for 3rd through these 2 stages, and extended their hold on 3rd place to almost 20 seconds. Cody Crane and Pat Darrow hit a huge rock on the final stage of Day 1. Due to this, the Honda CRX had oil delivery problems and was unable to run variable valve timing, losing valuable and much needed power. They were still making the best of it, however, and held on to 4th place. Bill Holmes said he was planning to go flat out today, and he appeared to be doing just that early on. He had a rather large incident on Stage 6, however, that reminded Bill that in rally, anything can happen. Let's go on board with Bill and co-driver Sean Gallagher and see from their perspective just what exactly happened. So after stages 6 and 7, Lachlan O'Sullivan and Josh Wimpy definitely appear to be secure in the top 2 positions. Odie and Amy Backus have extended their holding on 3rd place, but can't relax yet as Cody Crane and Bill Holmes are still less than a minute away. Mark Utek overtook the 2-minute lead Barrett Dash had coming into Day 2 and has moved into 8th place. You can be sure that both Jeremy Brown and Adam Crane will be fighting to try to hold off the hard-charging Ford Mustang on the final 2 stages of the day. Stages 8 and 9 were again the 10.3-mile Cow Creek stage, this time in the reverse direction. Lachlan O'Sullivan has been absolutely stunning all weekend, and after replacing the broken half shaft during service, is back on the top with a stage win on the 9th and final stage of the Idaho Rally, as he makes Max Attack history, finishing the top of both Max Attack and overall rally standings. Let's ride along to the end of stage 9 with Lachlan and co-driver Karen Wagner.
30, right 5 minus, left 5 plus long, small crest, Kinks 120, right 5 minus, into a left 6 plus, small crest 200, cattle guard into right 3 plus long.
Coming out here looking for a podium and maybe hopefully first in Max Attack, so being first overall, and they're fighting for 3rd place, so there could be 2 two-wheel drive cars on the podium, which would be incredible for a national event. It would be really, really sweet. And so we're just really happy. The roads are fantastic, and it was great sitting with Karen and great being in the car.
Do we get to look forward to seeing you in the same car for Ojibwe in August?
That's the big question mark. I'm crossing my fingers, so we'll see what happens.
Josh and Jeremy Wimpy were secure in 2nd place for Max Attack and have been fighting to be on the overall rally podium all day, battling it out with some of the top open-class all-wheel drive cars. Josh missed out by a meager 4 seconds in the end, but put on one of the best shows of the whole rally. Let's see from on board what it takes to push a VW Golf to such an amazing finish.
All flat, tightening 5 plus late into right 4 plus long. This goes into right 4 plus long. 4 plus long. Opens. Kinks 120, braking right over small crest into left 2 plus. Braking right into left 2 plus. Left 2 plus, 2 plus. Right 4. Left 3 plus, extra long and up. Right 3 long, opens on small crest.
Josh, you were a little concerned on the coming into the last stages with having enough of a lead, but you seem to have killed it. How were those final 2 stages for you?
I think Paul got us on the last stage. We went into the last stage with about a 4-second lead, and I think he beat us by about 8 seconds on that stage. So, or 8 or 10 seconds on the last stage. So I gave it all I had, but it didn't have enough horsepower to keep ahead of him. So.
Odie and Amy Backus managed to hold out through the last few stages to hang on to the third position. Their crew climbed to third early in the event and have held on despite the constant pressure from the drivers behind them. Cody Crane and Pat Darrow had problems from the first stage of day 1 when they were held up significantly in the dust. Then again on stage 5 when they damaged their oil pan, costing them power and time throughout today. They managed to hold on to 5th place, and we were all left wondering what the crew could have done with a little better luck. The stages they had no problems on day 1 saw them running in the top 3. Regardless, everyone is looking forward to seeing more spectacular finishes and motivating drives from Cody in the years to come. Bill Holmes and Sean Gallagher were pushing hard in their Ford F-150, and despite their near-off on stage 6, held on to 5th place and impressed everyone with the powerful Ford. Hopefully we'll see more of the California-based crew in the future. Jeremy Brown and Simon Branton Hasley also had a consistent weekend, finishing out in 6th place. The Toyota MR2 was quite nice looking on the stages, and despite a few little issues and mistakes, drove a fast-paced and impressive rally. Mark Utek managed to climb up in the standings on day 2 by winning all but the final stage. His Ford Mustang excels on stages like today's, they're fast and flowing. Adam Crane and Britta Nielsen rounded out the top 8 drivers. The crew also was pushing hard and had an impressive drive in their rear-wheel drive Toyota Corolla, despite having the lowest horsepower car in the top 8. Adam was definitely pushing all weekend and deserves serious respect for such a great finish.
Right, left 5, into right 4, extra long, over cattle guard. Awesome. Into left 5, very long, open, tightens 5. 70. Right 6 over crest.
Barrett Dash and Jonathan Schuler also had a great weekend the first time out in their Nissan Sentra. Despite falling out of the top 8, Barrett was still quite happy with the performance and gave the spectators quite a show with this massive jump on stage 8. So here's how the final standings look after day 2. The top 2 are way out in front. The battle for third was close all weekend but stayed nearly the same as Odie and Amy Backus held on tightly to third. Cody Crane managed to hold out Bill Holmes to maintain his 4th place finish. The top 5 drivers were all very excited to share the $5,000 of Max Attack winnings. Max Attack's Round 2 takes place next weekend at the New England Forest Rally, where over 20 of the top drivers from the East Coast will take on some of the most challenging stages in the Northeast. Follow along live at www.max-attack.com. The Idaho Rally saw lots of action and stunning drives from the top 9 drivers. However, there were 25 total competitors in Max Attack that started day 1 and 18 total finishers at the end of day 2. Let's take a quick moment to look back at the performance of the drivers further down the leaderboard. Alex Rademacher and John Stewart pedaled their front-wheel drive Subaru Impreza all weekend long and finished out the weekend in 10th place. One of only a few front-wheel drive Subarus in the nation, Alex put on quite a show and kept the car on the road throughout the weekend. Brian Gottlieb and Joshua Rustigan were in a front-wheel drive Toyota FX16. One of the cooler-looking cars out there. Brian drove the car to a well-deserved 11th place. Kristen and Janice Tabor seem to do better at every event we see them at. The daughter-mother team was the highest finishing all-woman team at the event in their Acura RSX in a 12th place. Roger Hull and Dick Mosier had a great run in the Datsun 510. It was one of the oldest and coolest looking cars at the event. The historic Datsun was definitely a fan favorite and finished out the rally in 13th place. Ben Hetland and Tyler Smith in their Ford Focus were the only Focus of the 3 to enter the event to finish. The rookie team had a solid performance, ending in 14th place in the rally. This has been Grant Hughes with No Coast Productions. I hope you've enjoyed this coverage of the 2009 Max Attack 2-Wheel Drive Rally Championship Round 1, Rally, Idaho, and thank you for watching. Until next time.